study time where we were in our big books and we're studying. These two girls walked through, and I remember thinking, like, this is the oddest thing. I've never seen a woman here before. So I got up and I had the urge to like start following them. So I followed them out of the cafeteria and into this hallway. And when I went and I opened the door to the hallway, I seen these two girls. They were holding clipboards, and they like glitched and teleported like 20 feet in front of themselves. And I remember looking at them and going, oh my God, this is a dream. That's why there's women. That's why there's women here. That's why they just glitched. And at that point in time, I got super excited. I'd entered into a lucid dream state. Now, I noticed where they were. It was like directly in front of my door. So I go up there to talk to them. They disappear. So I decided to open my door. And when I opened my door, the entire room got like 100 times larger. It was completely dark. And I tried to walk against this wall up to where my bed was. So as soon as I turned the corner, where my bed should have been, there was this big door. And this door opened and it sucked me through it. And I was thrown out of my body, and I was sitting above my body in a 360-degree viewing angle. So I was most definitely in the remote viewing body, not the astral body or the light body. And I could see all of the surroundings. I could see the shadow of the moonlight hitting the dresser and projecting it onto the wall. I could see the time on the clock, and it said 2:03. And I remember I was spinning slowly. I was just slowly spinning. But I had my point of view fixated on one area. But I could see all around me, but I couldn't see my body. And I remember being scared, and I was thrown out of the astral realm and then back into my body, and I sat up immediately. And the first thing I noticed was the time on the clock and the shadow on the wall, and I got really happy and really excited. So I went back to sleep. I fell asleep immediately and was thrown back out of my body again, but I was doing a complete 360 view, but spinning like uncontrollably, and it freaked me out. So I just went back into my body and just kind of just sat up all night and didn't do anything except for thinking about what had just happened. But from that experience and the thoughts afterwards over the course of years, I realized that that experience proves the fact that there is something after death. It proves the fact that we have a soul, at least on a personal level for me. And I know that it was really hard for me to believe these kind of experiences about people being in their astral body and running around the world and viewing things and doing things. But that experience itself was the first kind of taste that I've had into that kind of area. And, you know, since then I've had my spurts and times and periods in life where I focus on these kind of things, like things that will happen in my life, and they will project me into a time period where I can finally invest time into these areas that I consider probably the main point in why we live. But yeah, I just wanted to share that experience. And if anybody else has experienced anything like that, I would love to know what all they have experienced.